Welcome back, BP.
Sure.
When we were talking to Scoot, he'd kind of said that when you guys are down 24, part of the reason that he felt like the team never gave up was because you had said, like, hey, don't quit, don't stop. Like, this is the kind of thing that can happen in the playoffs. Like, we're not going to give up on games. Just to have a 39-8 run to end the game, just would you kind of think of your guys' belief and then the ability to kind of turn it around?
Yeah, man. In these type of settings in April, I think it's very important that you play to the end, especially with the games being very meaningful to all these teams, right? You got the Minnesota Timberwolves. They was tied with like 4 or 5 teams, all 32 losses, whatever. They win one, that can potentially put them in the top 6 to get out of a play-in situation. Then there's us on the hand. Like, we're fighting for positioning as well, or whatever you want to call it. So, these games matter, and I know that in the playoffs, you're going to get down some games. But that's why it's a 48-minute game, and you play to the end, and you put forth attention to detail, and you put together a win if guys lock in and come together, and that's what we did tonight. It was great. Everybody pitched in. The energy in the building was fantastic. Haven't played ball in a minute, so it was fun to be out there.
You guys closed with 4 bench guys with Giannis. Can you just speak to maybe what Giannis is able to do with his trust when he kind of empowers guys, and then all of you guys hitting big threes, big shots, steals, kind of doing that whole thing?
Yeah, man. When you look at our team, man, we have a lot of, hoopers. I think in past years we had like a lot of specialist guys that do, a couple things or, whatever it is, they stick to their niche. On this team, we got like a lot of hoopers that can do a lot of different things with the basketball. That's kind of valuable in postseason time because obviously guys are going to take away what you do good. Your first, second option, you got to be able to have a couple things in the toolbox that you can go to help the team win. So it's great. This is a big win for us, especially, just it's the dynamics of the season, how everything's been, positioning, just worrying about ourselves. But I'm happy that guys came together, and the belief factor. Been watching a lot of basketball, obviously, haven't been playing, so been watching a lot, and it's kind of cool to, take your basketball IQ up just a little bit, just reading things different, seeing the game different, and things like that. And it was fun to be out there and get the dub.
What do you like most about what Kevin Porter Jr. has brought to this team?
He brings a different dynamic to our team, right? It's like one of the few players on our team that, once Dame comes back, that he can get him off ball, right? Dame can be an off ball guy, run off screens, and that's kind of cool, right? We can come off a screen, big step up, pocket pass. We might get a little touch shot, you know what I'm saying, something, whatever it is. So it makes our team dynamic, and I like just how he's been resilient, right? God has been through a lot. God just kept fighting. I like those type of guys, the makeup of those guys. We have a ton of those guys in our locker room, ton of guys that's been counted out, ton of guys that maybe should get more praise than they should. We got undrafted guys. We just got a team full of guys that's been counted out. So I don't think it should be overlooked, from our team and, our makeup of our team.
Welcome back. Good to see you, BP. Speaking of resiliency, the last time we saw you was February 19th, and you were getting ready, talking about the second half of the season. Yeah. And then, obviously, 24 hours later, you're suspended. So I guess what was that like for you in maybe those 24 hours? And then, obviously, can you kind of walk us through maybe working through that, and being resilient on your own in this time off?
Just take it with a grain of salt, right? Sometimes things just get thrown at you fast, and you have to be able to adapt. It's one thing about the league, man. 10 years in, a decade in, and every year is different. Every year tests you in a different way. Every game, every season tests you just different. So this year in general has just been different for me in the regard of having to fight through a lot of things off court. Obviously on court with being suspended was added, but just take it with a grain of salt and put my head down. Obviously there were days where I was low, there were days where I was high, but people, having a strong support system at the crib made it better. Having great teammates, and I want to shout out to the Bucks organization, John Horst, Peter Fagan. They were great, just working with me, building out schedules. Doc Rivers as well, just building out things where I can still feel like I'm a part of it, right? Sometimes when you get suspended, you might not feel like you're a part of it. There wasn't one day I was suspended that I didn't feel like I was a part of the team. I felt like I was still here. I just couldn't play. Shout out to my young guys as well, the Stay Ready group. Called it the trenches. We were in the trenches. We were grinding, playing pickup, playing one-on-one, playing 3-on-3, running up and down the court, staying in shape. Those guys helped me. Shout out to our video coordinators. Those guys pitched in, played some, I got up for a lot of shots over my time being out. So shout out to those guys for rebounding. Jason Love, he was very good guy I work with for player development and things. So all these guys just played a big factor in me helping me stay ready and getting back on the court. Obviously a mistake that I made, but these guys really helped keep me sane through the whole process, and I'm forever grateful to have teammates and an organization like this that really backed me through a tough time.
Sort of off that, and you had said this in your statement, and your agent mentioned this as well with the mistake. Like, how, when you look back at that and how it happened, how did you kind of get over that part of it, right, where it was a mistake and whether it was the wrong thing that you took? It, you know what I mean? Like, it I don't want to call it self-inflicted, but maybe it was to a degree. So how did you view that and then process that of, like, this thing I did then resulted in me being gone for
Just
for
take the
25
punches.
games?
Just take the punches, bro. One thing about life, just take the punches. You're going to get knocked down. You're going to get counted out. It's going to be people saying that what you shouldn't have. It's going to be people saying that you're not good. It's going to be people saying you can't jump. It's going to be people saying you can't play defense. It's going to be people saying you shouldn't have what you have. That shit don't matter, bro. You're going to get punched. You're going to get knocked down. Just get back up. And that's what I do every time I get knocked down. I'm very resilient. I call myself the underdog for a reason. It really don't matter. I got suspended. I took it with a grain of salt. I didn't complain. I came in every day. I worked my tail off so I can be prepared. So when I come back, I can help this team win. My only goal is to get to June. How can we get to June? We haven't been there in so long. That's the only goal. So I prepare my mind to think June, think June, think June. I always think about, I didn't cut my hair. I didn't get it. I'm a guy that gets a haircut every 4 or 5 days. I didn't even get a haircut doing this. My first haircut, bro. You know what I'm saying? In 47 days. So I was just worried about the game, reading the game, seeing the game different, hitting guys in the group chat, just trying to stay, around and stay present as best as I could. Obviously, I couldn't play, but I feel like my voice and my leadership is the thing that I can always carry over whether I'm playing or not.
Bobby, we know you have a special relationship with Bucks fans. A lot of Bobby chants tonight. When you first checked in, there was a standing ovation for you. Can you just speak to how much of a boost they gave you tonight?
Yeah, especially, man, like not being able to do what you love. I know, like my first year playing with the Bucks in 2020-21 season, when I first started getting the chance, it was like chills, right? I ain't had the chills since that moment, but now tonight I just felt it all over again. Like, it was like a very surreal moment for me, just being able to get back on the court for one, and then just to have a ton of support behind me as well. That just made the game better for me to go out there and just do what I do. I was very anxious. I've been thinking about this game for 40-something days, like, dang, April 8th can't get here fast enough. But forever grateful for the support that I have from Milwaukee and from my teammates and from my people at the crib, too. They definitely hold it down for me when things don't go my way or when it gets rocky. And it's been fun just to go through this journey. Like I said, man, just take the punches.
You talked about the people who kept you ready and stuff. How did you feel out there on the floor? Was there any sort of rust factor, or how close were you to where you were in February?
Nah, bro, I just hoop. I got a great coach that just let me just play basketball. So the thinking factor is, over the last 2 years of my career, the thinking factor has been eliminated. I just play ball. If I feel like I can make this shot, I'm gonna shoot it. If the defense tells me he closed out on me hard, then put the ball on the floor and create something for somebody else. If the guy closes out short, shoot it. Let's just read the game and just play the game the right way. So I didn't feel rusty. I was just more so anxious to get out there and just, get on the court with my team, man. Been in hotel rooms watching them play, meet them at the plane. I've been doing all type of weird stuff, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's been cool just to get back out there and be a part of it for real, in a meaningful way.
In terms of staying active and staying involved, Doc kind of explained some of the guidelines of the suspension. You could still be in practice. You could still be on the planes. He said some of the guys might have let you win in cards, though.
Yeah, a couple times.
In terms of being involved in being in the building, I think he said you had to be outside of the building a certain number of hours beforehand. Was that one of the more emotionally trying parts, being so close to the game, doing all of the everyday activities, and then come game time, not being able to be involved?
Nah, I think the hardest part was, we have a game, and I'm not at the gym, right? So coming to the gym wasn't hard. I think the hardest part was, if we win a game and I meet my team at the plane, I didn't feel like I helped. If we lose a game, I really feel really bad because now I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? That was the hardest part, meeting guys at the plane, we lose. Damn, I see things on the court, rebounding. I could have got a rebound right there. That's what I really do to help the team, right? I think that was the hardest part, meeting guys at the plane and being like it was okay, but really inside I'm damn, really down for real and having to fake it. But playing the cards on the plane helped me get over there really fast. We go at it on the plane for sure. So playing cards on the plane definitely helped get over that really fast. But I would say that's the hard part, meeting guys after the game, and I'm just first one on the plane, just sitting here waiting on the team to arrive. That was the hardest part, but I'm blessed, man. Shout out to the NBA. I love my job. Obviously it's tough to get suspended, whatever it is, but would never take this for granted. It's fun playing in the league. It's fun. I love doing what I do every night. So definitely, a trying time in my life, but definitely a lesson learned for sure.
Thanks, Bobby.